What's up, everybody? It's Laura, THATRVGIRL with Travel and RV here at Grand Design, and behind me is the 2026 Transcend XPLOR 27 DBX. Swinging over to the driver's side or the off-camp side, this is the first look that you're going to get at your pass-through storage here. You're also going to have a utility center with your solar prep disconnect, battery disconnect, standard outlet. We've got cable connections as well as fresh tank fill, and we do have a feed. So if you want to have this closed while you're hooked up, you can do that. Just to the back corner, check out this huge exterior storage compartment. Along the rear, you'll find your bumper-mounted spare tire. We are prepped and ready for a rear observation camera, and you have the Lippert on-the-go ladder receiver. So all you gotta do is just plug and play with that ladder, and then you can head up onto your roof and perform regular maintenance. And finally, here on the campsite, so we're in the back area here. You have two different entrances. This one is going to head into your bathroom, which I love. Both entrances are going to have solid steps, which is phenomenal. Here in this middle area, we're going to have a spray port for easy rinsing after a fun day at the campground or a fun day of adventuring. Then this compartment here, check it out, gives you an outdoor cooking space. So we're going to have the pull-out suburban grill, and we've got the mini fridge to keep your cool beverages nearby. Moving into the middle of the coach, we're going to have our furnace, so be mindful. This is going to get a little bit warm when you've got it fired up. And then above that, you're going to have a standard outlet and a cable input as well. And then snuggling up close to that main entry door is where you're going to have your JBL exterior speaker. We're also going to have a little leash latch for our furry loved ones, and that's also going to act as a bottle opener. You're going to have a nice big grab handle to get in and out of your coach, and like I said, we have solid steps on both entries. And if you didn't know already, this is a dual axle bunkhouse. You've got manual stabilizer jacks in all four corners of your trailer, and finally rounding out the exterior portion of our tour is the other opening here to your pass-through storage. Completely unobstructed, so nice and easy for you to get your gear in and out. And speaking of getting gear in and out, check it out. Here is your collapsible table with its own storage bracket. All right, what do you say we head inside? All right, right off of the front door, let's talk about your control panel. So you've got it right here up at the front. We're gonna have a dimmer switch on the main living area lights. Your slide, we have one slide on this model, as you saw. Your water pump, accent lighting through here, your awning, and you can gauge the levels on your batteries and your tanks. Now, also here is going to be your JBL sound system, and yes, of course, that is compatible with Bluetooth pairing. Now, also coming in right off of the main entry door is going to be a little hidden pet dish just down below. Now, these inserts, you can easily take them out as you just saw, and then use them as pet bowls on the exterior or elsewhere within the camper, or take them out completely if you just want that drawer for storage. But speaking of storage, right here is one of my favorite features, and that's going to be a little coffee bar hutch area right as you walk in. You're going to find cabinetry up top separated by a shelf, and it's pass through. You're going to also have a standard outlet along the wall there, so that's definitely going to allow for you to power up your coffee machine. Nice countertop space here. We have drawers underneath, which I think would be perfect for those coffee pods. And then down below, we have two larger size cabinets here, and these ones are also going to have a shelf and be a full pass-through. Now, of course, if you don't want to use that spot for a coffee bar, there's going to be another spot later. But this is also just a great spot for you to put those things down that are likely in your hands when you walk in. Keys, hats, phones, you know, those little things, you've got a space to rest them. Now, let's just take this tour from front to back. So let's actually then start off here in the bedroom. First up, here along the off-camp side is where you have your back area for a TV. So yes, there's going to be a TV option there in the living space, but you also might want to have one here in the bedroom should you want to take in a little flick while you're cozy in bed. You're going to have windows on both sides of the bed, so that's going to let in some nice airflow and give you lots of natural light. It is a double sliding door, so you can exit off of the bed from either side with ease. The space between the foot of the bed and the door there would definitely be more shimmy area should you want to get around when you've got the doors closed, but this way you have a walk around bed. pretty much. Each side of the bed is going to have a wardrobe. This one is going to have space for hanging, as you can see here. And then down below that, you've got a cubby for additional storage. Also, really cool to note, this unit is prepped for your internet preference. So Wi-Fi, Starlink, LTE, ABCD, whatever you need to stay connected on the go, it's pre-wired for it. So it's a lot easier for you to hook it up. All right, now I'm over here. So we've switched sides over to the camp side. This wardrobe on this side is going to have some shelves, so we're going to have space for stacking and folding. And up above the bed here, we have a nice big open shelf with a railing to keep your things nice and secure. After seeing that pass-through storage outside, I'm sure you can imagine that that's also given us a little ledge space just in front of our wardrobes, so you have a spot to rest things while you're sleeping. Now, after seeing that pass-through storage outside, I'm sure you can imagine that that was going to allow for a little more surface area here in the bedroom. So just below that wardrobe, we're going to have a little ledge space there, kind of like a night table. But the best thing of all is the fact that we have bedroom nooks inside this unit. So that means in the little corners there, as you can see, you're going to have USB, USB-C, and standard outlets on both sides. And let's see, this is kind of my thing now, so I'm just going to pop you off and actually show you that directly. I mean, that's going to be the best way for you to get a look at that. And it's on both sides. Now you can actually see how much space you've really got behind there. In your standard outlet, USB, and USB-C. And just because I can, I thought I would do that kind of little panning view of the bedroom so you can kind of see how that space flows behind these two doors. Okay, next up is your U-shaped dinette. I love a U-shaped dinette. I also love the colors for 2026. Okay, U-shaped dinette's my favorite because you can see everybody and you get a large additional sleeping space because this table is going to drop down and provide us with an additional guest sleeping space. Just pop out the two legs, nice and easy, and then you play a little Tetris with your cushions. Now, behind me here is a standard outlet, so if you do have to get some work done on the go, which is likely a position I would be in, you have a space to charge up larger devices like laptops. And something that I love is when they give you drawers underneath. I didn't realize how far out it was going to come out. Drawers underneath your bench seating, so it's easy to access those storage compartments. Then directly across from your U-shaped dinette, we have this beautiful L-shaped kitchen here. You have a nice deep-seated sink under mount and a matte black faucet with telescoping faucet head. You're going to find storage underneath the sink. Consists of a pull-out trash bin and a smaller cupboard to the right-hand side of that. That's going to be great for things like cutting boards or cookie sheets. And we've got a drawer right up top as well, so that's going to be great for cutlery and kitchen utensils. Down below that, we have a cupboard with a shelf, so more storage space. And then let's work our way up from these ginormous pots and pan storage drawers to your 3-burner cooktop with a flush glass cover. And then up above that, you'll find you have the hood vent and light and a microwave for quick and easy meals. Also up above the microwave, you have a nice deep shelf there, so you can use that for additional storage. Now, counter space, let's talk about it. We have a good amount of counter space here, and seeing as you can close off those burners and you can cover the sink, that's just going to transform this whole space into prep space or just countertop space. Also, while I'm on this side of the sink, you have the included soap dispenser to keep your countertops clutter-free. Now, up above this ginormous area of countertop space, we have a nice big cupboard here. I am loving that we have a spice rack there. I don't think you're in a great position to see that cupboard, so let me turn you. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it. I am loving the spice rack and the amount of storage space here and the fact that we have a shelf. So great for you to keep dishware nice and organized. Also in this space, it might kind of blend in with your blinds here, but you have the paper towel or linen holder as well. Okay, double door fridge up top, all right? Keep those bevies cool and your groceries fresh. And then down below, we have our single drawer freezer with the tray just up top. Ooh, it's crispy and cool in there. Just next to the fridge. Ooh, I'm so excited for what's going on down here that you can't see yet. But right next to the fridge, we have this great area with a standard outlet. And I think this actually might be the perfect coffee bar, because we've got all this surface area to work with, and then up above is where we have our area for a TV, so all those connections that you need there. Then to the side here, we have more storage, and as we're coming right off of the kitchen, you can use this for additional pantry storage, or we have our bathroom to the back here. I should keep that for last maybe. So you could also use that for linen storage, and it goes all the way down. So you also have cubbies down at the bottom here, and this is what I was so excited for. A bunkhouse with an electric fireplace. I love it, and I have the heat going right now, so it's so nice and toasty, and I didn't even realize I have the flame on some sort of multi-changing setting. Well, isn't that just the coolest? Oh, and also the warmest. I love a fireplace. Also, just up above that, we have a nice big netted storage cubby. Oh, it is just so cozy. Okay, then speaking of cozy, we have our theater seats just across from the fireplace and our TV, well, where our TV can be mounted. These are electric recline, and we've got cup holders on the sides, as well as you have a USB port within the electric recline controls there. In the middle, you do have a console, so you can go ahead and put remotes and whatever else you want to have nearby you just there. All right, double bunks with this nice wide open design. That's going to make these bunks feel nice and bright, though you have a window up at the top there and a nice bright light down at the bottom, so it's already going to feel bright on its own. The ladder is integrated into the side here if you couldn't tell, so that makes getting up and down easy for those sleeping on the top bunk. And then in between that, you'll find a standard outlet, which actually is really helpful for those sitting on the couch as well if they want to power up and charge devices. And for additional charging power near this bunk area, along the wall here, just below your climate controls, you have another standard outlet, USB and USB-C. I don't know if you can see that. Standard, USB, climate controls. All right, let's hit up this bathroom. Welcome on into this bathroom and the second entry door into the coach, but actually directly into the bathroom. So really nice when you're all congregating outside under that awning and relaxing. Someone needs to pop in and use the washroom. They don't have to trek all the way through your rig. I love when they do with that second door into the bathroom. Now stepping into our shower, we've got our water resistant, beautiful surround here. We have a standard curtain closure and we have a shower head on a wand. Because we have a step up, they've given us a skylight overhead to add back some headroom, and we have some little corner shelves there for your soaps and shampoos. Also, just to the back, we have some linen cubbies, great size linen cubbies, and this is also where you're going to find your foot flush toilet. And just to the side here is your vanity space, complete with a standard outlet, your Fugatti on-demand water heater controls. We've got your sink, matte black faucet. You're going to have a cabinet just down below for additional storage. And we have the mirrored medicine cabinet right up top. All right, everybody, that's going to complete my tour on the 2026 Transcend XPLOR 27 DBX. If you're ready to get hitched up, head to my description. The first link will always get you in contact with our Travel and RV team. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this tour. As always, safe travels, everybody. Happy camping.